Welcome to another edition of the Omaha News. I'm Vandra Caldwell. Some part-time teachers at UNO are looking into starting a union. Today, we'll show you how to use the internet to find the right thing to print using a 3D printer.
And I'm Ryan Matheny. Today we will show you how to find the right thing to print using the internet. These stories and more right now on the Omaha News.
This is the Omaha News, presented by the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, from the studios of UNO Television.
UNO has over 1,000 professors on its campus. Of those 1,000, about half of the faculty get less pay and no benefits. Eugene Tyler brings us a story about some adjuncts who are working to change those policies.
About half of the instructors at UNO teach your students but have no benefits.
Once the summer is over, I will no longer have health benefits again.
Dr. Larry Bradley and other adjunct professors are working together toward better conditions for the part-timers.
UNO stands for the University of No.
No better pay, no benefits is what most adjuncts hear.
I'm in a unique situation where this one semester I happen to be getting benefits.
But after being released from one class, she'll be back in the same position as half of her colleagues.
But because it's only for one semester, at the end of the semester I'll lose my benefits again.
While full-time professors can make an $80,000 salary, adjunct professors make between $2,000 and $5,000 per course, leaving part-timers at a medical and financial disadvantage.
There was a person who been teaching a 3-credit-hour course for about 9 years, and they've never gotten a raise.
Dr. Bradley and his colleagues are working to not have the same fate.
They've been flat-lined at the same amount. Meanwhile, minimum wage has gone up.
And with the help of organizations outside of Nebraska, like SEIU, Dr. Bradley's union might change things.
This issue, this movement is growing.
Talk of unionization has stirred at both UNK and UNL.
People are getting fed up with these issues just about everywhere.
And some adjuncts without benefits understand its importance.
Because it's nice to have health benefits, frankly. It's the first time I have for a very long time.
For the Omaha News, I'm Eugene Tyler.
Dr. Bradley's union has started in the geography department at UNO and is spreading throughout the campus. For additional information about how you can help the union, contact Dr. Larry Bradley at 402-554-2662. Omaha police think that they've caught the man responsible for a robbery almost a year ago. David Mason allegedly robbed an 83-year-old man last May. This week, OPD arrested him on robbery charges. A metro area high school bus was in a 3-vehicle accident on Interstate I-80 West on 60th Street. The bus was in the eastbound lane of I-80 and sustained some damage. No children were on the bus, but the drivers of the other vehicles were taken to the hospital.
A few weeks ago, we showed how 3D printers are making prosthetic limbs more affordable than ever. But did you know there are huge online libraries full of tools, toys, and gadgets you can download for 3D printers? Dylan Simpf explains how the internet is expanding the possibilities for these totally cool and useful machines.
Originally developed in 1986, 3D printing has exploded in the past few years after its original patents expired, opening the technology to new developers and possibilities.
It's not like before where there were only 2 companies and they could make whatever they wanted and people would have to buy it because that was the only option.
James Pierce, an engineer for cool 3D printing in Omaha, says that the internet has led to an active community for 3D printing.
Not only get files for things that other people have made, but talk to the people who made them. Use those files to make new files that you can repurpose for your own applications.
Websites like Thingiverse and Umagine host thousands of designs ranging from practical tools to artistic figurines.
It's making things move really quickly.
Even UNO is now providing 3D printing services within the new Creative Production Lab inside the Chris Library. Starting at 50 cents a gram, this is a great way for those curious about the technology to go ahead and make something for themselves. When it comes to creating your own 3D designs from scratch, engineers like the ones at Cool 3D Printing can ensure your product not only prints properly, but can hold up to its intended purpose.
A lot of our new prototyping gigs that we're getting now, people that want to do product development, our engineers can make sure from the get-go, they can ask the client, hey, what's the end use? What are you going to be using it for? How's it going to be manufactured?
As the technology continues to improve, the possibilities of 3D printing will continue to expand, fueled by an online community of hobbyists, designers, and engineers. For the Omaha News, I'm Dylan Semp.
See for yourself what's possible with 3D printing by visiting youimagine.com. A garbage man was hit by a car in a neighborhood southwest of 156th Street in West Maple this morning. Police say that the man was riding on the back of the truck, and when he jumped off to grab more trash, he was hit by a teenager driving a silver Jeep. Medics took him to the hospital in critical condition.
Omaha police arrived at a home invasion just in time to catch the suspect. The invasion occurred at 4252 Cordy Street just after 8:30 last night. Terry O'Coverson went to the house stating that he needed to retrieve some of his property. When he was unable to get what he wanted, he displayed a firearm and demanded the victim's cell phones. Police arrived at the house as Coverson was leaving. He was booked on 2 counts of robbery and use of a firearm to commit a felony.
Coming up after the break, finding a job after college can be tough, especially for international students.
Also, one UNO student turned to a love of writing poetry into her first book being published. All this and more after the break.
PBS is the place you should go first.
There are no advertisers to be satisfied, only an audience to be satisfied.
We take our responsibility as journalists very seriously. We are constantly thinking about our viewers and what they care about.
We want to let you know what the information is, and then you decide what you want to think.
At the NewsHour, we are after the facts and only the facts.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
UNO TV invites you to take a journey around the world, to lush jungles with endangered species, to exotic lands and different cultures, to lost cities beneath the sands. Travel through time to see ancient secrets on the other side of the world, the growth of the American West, or the start of Nebraska's largest city. Or just explore our state, find out about Nebraska in World War II, learn how Omaha has grown since, discover the effort to renovate its green spaces, the history of one of its most impressive buildings, or look at its internationally recognized university. For over 20 years, UNO TV has produced award-winning documentaries that explore, educate, and enlighten. To find out more, call 402-554-2516 or visit unotv.unomaha.edu.
You are watching the Omaha News.
Life after graduation for many college students can be tough, but for international graduates, getting a job in the U.S. is even more challenging. Even though the job market is fairly strong these days, international students face added obstacles. Ben House reports on a story about 2 international students facing those obstacles.
Those are my top 3 websites to look for jobs.
Getting a job after graduation for international student like Giovanni Consolino is not an easy task.
It is hard.
Especially the process of getting one.
We apply for optional practical training, submitting all our documents since we came into the country, and so they compile these documents, plus there is an application that we have to fill, and we have to pay a fee for the Department of Homeland Security.
International students are then allowed to find a job within 60 days.
We can find a job during that period or even before if we can get a job, and that allows us to work and stay in the country for a year.
Wen Yushi, a UNO graduate, also faces obstacles in getting a job here in the U.S.
Big name companies, they really very seldom hire international students as interns or as entry-level employees because of the visa, because of there might be a lot of trouble involving in hiring an international student.
Although finding a job in the U.S. can be challenging for international graduates, Consolino says the best way to overcome this is, for one, to stay true to their roots.
Just be yourself, because you're gonna change the way you are, and so we have to prove ourselves that we're better than others. We're better than ourselves in a way, because we only have to achieve that level of perfection to say, I made it.
For the Omaha News, I'm Benjamin Hausch.
Not losing your identity and making yourself stand out can definitely win employers' eyes. The Omaha Public Power District announced this morning that they have made a selection for the new president of the company. Current Vice President Tim Burke has been chosen for the position. If Burke gets approved at their next monthly meeting this Thursday, then his appointment becomes official on May 10th.
An old manual typewriter, some white paper, and a cloth-covered card table make Brittany Doan's day, especially if it's a warm day in Omaha's Old Market. But now, this young poet has done something no one else in the history of UNO has ever done.
I have a love for it and a passion for it.
But UNO student Brittany Cordera Doan is so much more. Doan began writing poems for money after high school, but the thought of writing a book hadn't crossed her mind until she started writing poems about one of her passions.
I had a huge fascination for mummies, and all of my friends thought that was really creepy. Like, they're so cool.
With some prodding from friends and family, Doan began to brainstorm book ideas.
They're like, you should write what you know, just write what you know. And so I sat down one day and wrote down everything that I know, connected to everything that I wanted to say.
Doan teamed up with illustrator David Burton to create the book Wingmakers, which combines her love of poetry along with her love of mythological creatures.
My goal was to figure out what I was trying to say and figure out what I wanted to say.
According to school archivist Les Valentine, Wingmakers makes Doan the youngest UNO student to ever be published. UNO's Matt James first met Doan while conducting a pre-interview for a story. He says Doan is getting the most out of her college experience.
Sometimes the journey is more important than the destination. And with Brittany, you see that.
Doan says she'll be happy with whatever her future holds.
I could write poetry for the rest of my life and I'd be happy.
Doan is currently working on a degree in poetry with an ancient Mediterranean history minor. You can find out more information, including places to find Doan's book, Wingmakers, at Doan's website, BrittanyCordera.com. A recent study released by OnlineColleges.com ranked Omaha #2 in the top 15 cities for millennials. UNO was a key factor in receiving this ranking. The study also placed Omaha as the best city in the country for average commute and second best in terms of cost of living and unemployment.
Coming up after the break, a bike shop is home to volunteers who are willing to repair bikes and keep the people of Omaha rolling along.
And the UNO baseball team is as much of a team off the field as they are on it. The sense of teamwork plays a part in their success. All this and more after the break.
Watch ICU Learning English on the Knowledge Network.
KVNO was in a really interesting place. This Victorian mansion near UNO.
3 floors. The studios were on the 3rd floor.
Bedrooms and bathrooms. So we had a challenge, but we ultimately ended up with an on-air studio.
We soundproofed it with carpet, and actually I think it sounded really warm, very radio friendly.
There were also rumors that the 3rd floor was haunted. Those were the maid's chambers, as we were told.
I had a sink in the office and leaded glass windows which looked out on the stable house in the back.
One colleague talking about having the window open one day, a warm spring or fall day, and a squirrel jumping through the window onto a turntable.
It was a great place, a great ambiance for a fine arts station.
It definitely had a charm to it.
About how you're feeling right now. One thing you would like our viewers to know about this state.
The importance of volunteerism.
What are you saying to folks?
I'm here to discuss these images.
When you can take that knowledge and that expertise and that passion in terms that they're all going to understand.
They need to know the real stories.
I'm Kathy Wyatt. Join us for Consider This each week on NET1.
NET Television expands your mind, enlightens your mind, inspires your mind, educates your mind, entertains your mind. NET Television opens up new worlds to you. Explore, travel, learn, discuss, debate. NET Television keeps you informed. Music, theater, dance, art, news. NET Television awakens your dreams, seeks to serve, strengthens our communities. We are Nebraskans. We are NET Television, Nebraska's PBS station.
You're watching the Omaha News.
Getting around Omaha without a car can be a challenge for many, as public transportation in the metro isn't always the most reliable. Kyle Opliger joins us in the newsroom to see how an Omaha bike shop has been working to improve the health of the community by providing access to bicycles for anyone who volunteers.
Thanks, Vandra. The Gifford Park Bike Shop has been improving the community 2 wheels at a time since 2007, and their unique Earn a Bike program provides a reliable and personal method of transportation and also teaches the importance of volunteering and community involvement.
Did you have training wheels when you learned to ride a bike, Sam?
For some, that opportunity doesn't come as easily.
A bunch of kids riding around with flat tires, things like that.
Here at the Gifford Park Community Bike Shop, volunteers take time to mentor and teach people of all ages from the surrounding neighborhood about different aspects of bike repair and maintenance.
And they've got great techs on staff.
Brian Polonczyk has been volunteering here at the bike shop for the past few months.
And I just started coming here, and it's just been a real benefit for me and hopefully for other people that I can help.
Polonczyk is one of over 300 annual volunteers who put in over 1,000 hours of community service a year at the bike shop.
Working on bikes can be so transformative to a lot of people. And the kids come in and they leave with a skill set. They come in and they learn how to work on bikes.
The whole idea started back in 2007 when a group of community-minded landlords got together to offer up this vacant apartment building to any individual interested in creating a community bike shop.
The thing just kind of took off from there. Volunteers, neighborhood people, community activists, everyone just got involved like crazy.
Charles Mitchell, who is currently the shop manager, has been a bike advocate ever since he learned how to ride.
I've never had a driver's license. I've always gotten around by bike, and so getting into biking seriously when I went to college was just kind of this extremely empowering feeling.
Mitchell then found this opportunity to combine his love of cycling and community involvement.
Yeah, so personally, I was enthusiastic about cycling and what it could do to kind of empower and liberate people.
Every year has seen an increase in community participation, and the volunteers at the bike shop hope to expand into other nearby neighborhoods to eventually have a network of bike shops that help strengthen the community. For more information about volunteering at the bike shop, you can visit their website at communitybikeproject.org.
Kyle, about how many hours of volunteering does it take to receive a free bike?
About 5 to 10 hours of volunteering will earn yourself a free bicycle.
Thanks, Kyle. Preparations are underway at the CenturyLink for the NCAA tournament, preparing the floor games and passing the NCAA basketball inspections. The CenturyLink Center will be hosting the second and third rounds Friday and Sunday.
The UNO baseball team has won the Summit League regular season title the last 2 seasons. Being the team to beat puts an added stress on players on the field and on the bench. But the Mavericks seem to deal with the stress in some fun ways. Kristen Rogers tells us as the Mavs strive for a three-peat, they realize the importance of enjoying the moments along the way.
If you could choose one word to describe the Omaha baseball team,
Spunky.
Spontaneous.
Scrappy.
It would be hard to choose just one.
I don't think two of us are alike. We all got our own personalities and we're very different. I think that's what makes us come together closer as a team.
And if they had to give an award for the best singer,
I think Colin Life. He's always singing something.
Singer's gotta be me. I like to do a lot of karaoke. Me and Ryan Kate, I would say, lead the charge.
if you can't be a singer, you might as well be a dancer.
I'll say Cole Gruber. Yeah. He's got a little fire about him that makes him a pretty good dancer on the dance floor.
I don't know if we have one of those. We're all pretty bad, but the funniest dancer would probably be Tyler Hamer. I mean, to be honest, I'm usually the one dancing in the dugout, so I don't see anyone else doing it. So.
And it's always important to have someone that can tell good jokes.
Probably Tyler Hamer. Yeah. Yep. Great pitcher, even better joke teller.
Two peanuts walked down the street and one of them was assaulted.
The baseball team sure knows how to have fun off the field, and it's that relaxing nature that they're able to carry onto the field in order to be successful.
Well, we get our huddle going, and we usually have a fun fact of the day, which is brought to you by Tyler Hamer usually, and then we pray.
Just maintain that focus while still being laid back in those tight situations, which is important. You know, if you get too nervous or too uptight in the game in clutch situations, it usually doesn't turn out very well.
At the end of the day, it's hard to choose just one word to describe the Omaha baseball team. For the Omaha News, I'm Kristen Rogers.
You can catch the baseball team taking on conference rival North Dakota State in a series at home this weekend. Omaha plays Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the ballpark at Boys Town. All three games start at 1 o'clock. You can catch the play-by-play action on UNO's MAV Radio. Log on to mavradio.fm for the live coverage. The UNO hockey team will host a watch party on Sunday morning for the NCAA Tournament Selection Show. The party is scheduled to start at 10:30 at Dudley's Pizza in Exarban Village. The selection show begins at 11 on ESPNU. UNO is currently ranked 10th in the USCHO poll, coming off a loss in the first round of the NCHC playoffs.
After the break, the Strategic Air and Space Museum's new exhibit over engineering hopes to inspire the next generation of engineers.
Those stories and more after the break.
Something new or reach beyond.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
When you want to peer inside,
there's something wrong here. This isn't normal.
Will it seem almost impossible or push the limit?
Large tornado! It's humongous! We need to get out now!
When you want to dive deep.
These divers are like astronauts.
Our human nature is to push into places that we don't know about.
Or go to the edge.
There are other worlds out there. We don't know exactly what we're going to find.
When you want to find new frontiers.
I was truly astonished.
You just don't ever know.
Nova.
Wednesdays on NET1.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders. A place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.
The Strategic Air and Space Museum is aiming to create more interest among females in the careers of science, technology, engineering, and math. Blake Higginbotham tells us the Tech City exhibit at the museum features 12 interactive activity stations that relate to real-world engineering problems.
While the SAC Museum's newest exhibit over engineering aims to educate everyone, it's leaving special opportunities open for girls.
Girl Scouts can earn up to 4 badges.
The SAC Museum's new exhibit allows visitors to invent, design, and create. UNO partnered with the SAC Museum to create the 4 Forces of Flight app, where kids walk around the museum with tablets and scan different parts from over 20 airplanes and take their findings back to the tech center.
They have to build an aircraft, and they have to see if their aircraft will actually take off based on how they built their aircraft and the lessons that they learned.
It's no secret that STEM careers are dominated by men, and engineering is no different. In 2011, a report by the U.S. Department of Commerce found that only 1 in 7 engineers are female.
This particular exhibit actually focuses on trying to bring more females into the field and the interest of engineering.
The goal of the exhibit is to get more females excited about engineering. The Tech City exhibit offers special opportunities for Girl Scouts to earn badges and provides opportunities for youth of all ages, both male and female, to learn about engineer and technology career options in an interactive way. The museum is offering Tech City to local schools as part of their school field trip offerings and to the general public for viewing daily.
We're also a facility for community partners, all schools, girls clubs, different groups to come out and visit us in the areas of STEM curriculum.
For the Omaha News, I'm Blake Higginbotham.
The exhibit will run through May 10th, and the museum is open daily from 9 to 5. For more information, visit sasmuseum.com.
Israel's Consul General to the Midwest, Roei Gilad, will be visiting the UNO campus on Thursday to discuss stability in the Middle East. On Tuesday, Israel re-elected Benjamin Netanyahu as their prime minister, and Gilad will be holding a forum to explain the impact that this election will have on the rest of the world. The event will take place at UNO's Community Engagement Center in rooms 230 and 231 from noon to 1 p.m.
Remember to watch the Omaha News Extra this week. Every Friday, you can watch Omaha News Extra on our website.
Omaha News Extra will feature additional stories and coverage of Omaha and Nebraska. You can catch it on our website, theomahanews.wordpress.com.
This week's stories include a look into the remodel of a local dog park, the newest exhibit at the Chris Library, and how some UNO students plan to spend their spring break.
For all of us at the Omaha News, good night.
UNO Television gives students a chance to work in a real studio. Working on the TV crew, students get hands-on experience with lights, camera, and action. Working on a variety of shows gives students a leg up looking for jobs. In fact, many former crew members work at local stations. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for students to learn the science and art of TV production. UNO TV, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
When will you look deep into space? When will you travel back in time? When will you experience the power of red? When? Anytime. Online at video.netnebraska.org. Search, select, and share with the NET Video Player. Watch our shows on your schedule.
Watch the Omaha News Wednesdays at 4 p.m. on the Knowledge Network.
What if there were a neighborhood
where every child felt they belonged. And a big dog helped them stay little, a little longer. A monkey helped them find the wonder in every little thing. And a flightless bird showed them how to soar. Support the people and programs that never stop asking, what if?